Good afternoon. You're welcome to As E Day Hot, right here on Active Citizens, where we talk trending stories from around Nigeria. My name is Sharon Enem Chuku, and I'm joined in the studio as usual by the beautiful Ifoma Oji. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
We can see that.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you finding today? Is it going well for you?
Today, apart from the morning show where I was deeply bittered, but I think I've moved past that.
Yeah, I think
we are good. We keep pushing.
We like that. One thing about Nigerians, we're very fast to adapt.
Yeah.
All right, let's go straight to the first story that we have for today. In Anambra State, a lawmaker representing Agwata, Honorable Dom Okafor, has distributed branded wheelbarrows to his constituents. Give me 1 minute to laugh, please. As part of his constituency empowerment project. Pictures and videos of the handover have gone viral, with many Nigerians mocking the gesture, calling it a shameful downgrade of what empowerment should mean in 2025. Supporters argue that it helps petty traders and artisans with daily hustle, but critics say it exposes how low political representation has fallen in Nigeria. Meanwhile, at the federal level, the government has announced that by December, attempted suicide will no longer be treated as a crime in Nigeria. Instead, those who attempt suicide will be treated as patients who need medical and psychological help. Mental health advocates have praised the move as progressive, but critics fear it could normalize suicide or downplay deeper socioeconomic issues, driving people to such desperate actions. Now, we are starting from the wheelbarrow situation all the way in Anambra State. And first of all, I'm going to ask two questions at a go. What was your initial reaction when you saw the news? And do you think that the distribution of the branded wheelbarrows... Now, there's a difference with this wheelbarrow. It is brand new and it is branded. So you will see the logo there on the wheelbarrows. Now, what does that say about the quality of representation that we have currently in Nigeria? And what was your initial reaction?
I was not surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised though. I'm not gonna lie.
I was not surprised
Agwata.
because I believe that I see Nigeria as a drama house whereby anything happens, anything can
goes.
happen, and anything goes. But I'm like a lawmaker, the only thing that could come to his mind to gift people or use him empowering people is giving them branded wheelbarrow. This is not employment. This is what they call political mockery. Oh. You're mocking the people. I mean, it's more like it mirrors how these leaders see us.
Yeah,
that's the way I see it, because they feel like we can amount to nothing. Our lives, I mean, we don't. It means that we don't matter at all. I mean, however we live our life is none of their business. So if it is this branded wheelbarrow or whatever they do that will improve lives, they can do it. I will not be surprised. The next one they will share will be broom. So that people will be speaking community. Yes.
No, it's quite funny.
I know that they can actually do better. The public, we need accountability on how, because I know that it's the public that is funding these constituencies. We need to know how did you come about wheelbarrow? There are other things you can channel this money into. I mean, what happened to skill acquisition? What happened to empowering the youth? What happens to trade? What happened to businesses, supporting businesses? The only thing you could come up with is distribution of wheelbarrow.
They even added shovel
as your own part of empowerment.
And
that's
cutlass.
Serious mockery. People should, market women should, haul goods in the market.
No, maybe for farmers.
I am not against it, but the problem I have is, why does it have to come from the government? Had it been like it's a private individual, ordinary Nigerian that comes out to give something like that, I wouldn't really.
No, this is his own personal contribution.
But is it not from the
constituency? Exactly. I understand what you are saying.
Exactly. Why?
I don't know, because at the end of when I saw my initial reaction when I saw this, I had to cross-check. You are saying this happened in Anambra State. I don't even know if it was in some other region. I will understand, but to go and do what exactly with wheelbarrows? And then I'm seeing shovels, I'm seeing cutlass inside the wheelbarrow and branded logo.
Are you not understanding what the wheelbarrow is for? You know, all these people that sell, you know, pepper, you know,
okay,
they show whole goods in the market.
Okay, so that's what it's for.
Yes,
all
and
right.
then for the you know, shovel. Actually, if you have a farm, just make use of
no at this
farm.
point.
The cutlass.
I like the fact that Nigerians are dragging this what's his name, the Honorable Dom, for this contribution. You know, there are some times when it's better you don't do anything, you just keep quiet. Exactly. They will assume you are wise. But when you go out and do things like this, then it has just shown how much you rate your constituents and how much you rate the entire Nigerians in general. Now, I'm asking, projects like this, giving out wheelbarrows, how do you think? I mean, I can see people there who attended this event. And I'm wondering what must be going through their minds. I'm also seeing some youth as well in the gathering. How do you think this translates to public trust? What do you think now is going on in the minds of these people that have been given this wheelbarrow?
You know, some persons will actually, hail them, applaud them, because maybe somebody have not come out with this kind of initiative to, share wheelbarrow, you get. Maybe most of them don't know the intent behind giving them that wheelbarrow, because the way I see it, it's more like it's inhuman. That is dehumanizing Nigerians. It's as if you're leading them, or you're telling them keep wallowing in poverty. But people that they are sharing these wheelbarrows to don't understand what it means. So when we talk about trust here, we know most of the times that, Nigerians have actually lost, confidence in the government. But if this wheelbarrow was, distributed to local communities, they might not see it that way. They might actually see it, that this man is doing well.
I understand.
Only an elite or an educated person that will understand that this man is actually telling you, you're poor. Continue wallowing in poverty.
I like that you said that. Now, because my next question is this: does this reflect poverty politics? I mean, keeping people at survival level rather than really empowering them.
That is what it is now.
I think so too.
Yeah, keep surviving, keep doing
managing.
keep doing menial jobs, keep surviving with that. Eat from hand to mouth. You understand? Ration your gari when you want to eat gari. The economy is hard. You get. Make sure the people that move goods around in the market, make sure that you continue carrying people's goods. Collect stipend 200 from them, collect 300 from them. Just keep managing. So
they don't mean well for them.
Just keep managing. Everything will get better. That's what they are telling.
So they don't mean well.
They don't mean well where? Who does this? Have you heard in the history of Nigeria, and not just Nigeria, outside Nigeria, have you ever heard anything of this?
I've even heard worse.
This is an
in
insult.
The north. I've heard in the north where they gave, this thing that they carry to fix shoes. That was what someone came out and gave to people. So I've heard, it's just this wheelbarrow in this region. I've not really seen something like this before.
And he's branding it. Oh, God.
It's to make it unique. Yes, it's a legacy. It's a legacy. It will outlive him. All right. God. Yes. In case you don't understand that.
My generation never.
Amen.
See this.
Now I mean, okay, those constituents, because it's a give and take situation that happened at this event. Now, do you think that the constituents should also be blamed for receiving such empowerment gifts?
Yes, because I think, like I said earlier, people don't, these days, people don't, require or demand accountability from those who lead them. Do you understand? These are people that are supposed to, vet if this will actually favor the people of the constituency or the community at large. I mean, okay, this has happened right now. They're supposed to call this man. How much was allocated for this particular project? How many wheelbarrows? did you buy? Did you purchase for this? How much was the branding? And not just
maybe
how much
it was his personal donation.
And how much was the brand? Not just how much was it. Is this the best you could come up with? These are questions that you need to ask this leader.
It's the constituents that need to ask.
Yes, that's what I'm saying now. Is that accountability, transparency that we keep hammering on every single time? So yes, of course, they should demand accountability from this man, because I think he has
no,
I don't want to say he has lost it.
So I mean, for other lawmakers now, should this be a standard for other lawmakers to emulate in other constituencies as well? Or should they also now maybe set a new standard for this sort of empowerment projects?
Should it be a standard?
I don't know now. Maybe it can be a standard.
I don't know why I find it quite funny. But I don't think it should be. I wouldn't even want to advise that it should be or it should not be, because I mean, this is the level, I mean, this is where we have gotten to. So I believe everybody who thinks better, lawmakers, I mean, these are learned people.
Yes,
so it shouldn't even be something
better.
like, it shouldn't even be something we should be deliberating on what next another person, another lawmaker should do.
Yeah.
I mean, Nigerians deserve better. This is not, we're not supposed to be talking about this. We're not supposed to be talking. Had it been this man, came out and say, I've actually, empowered 100 youth on maybe when it comes to
giving them laptops, giving them digital assets, gadgets.
I'm telling you, even supporting businesses.
Yeah.
When I went for, I think the youth NYSC, there was this thing they did back then. There's this empowerment program by Access Bank. They kind of empowered, I think, about 10 to 20 core members. But it was more like you pitch a business idea, and at the end of the day you get something, like you win something. I think it was a millionaire that was up for grab.
I think even when my bank does that.
Yes, and somebody wondered what happens to coming up with such innovative ideas. But no, you're sharing wheelbarrow. So I can't even tell other lawmakers to probably emulate from them or set the standards, because I believe that they already know what to do. Because
but you know that, to be honest, this is not the first time, to be honest, I'm going to be seeing something like this. This is just very new in the region that I've seen this. But now, why do these politicians keep getting away with this sort of token, giving out tokens as empowerment projects or empowerment to people? For instance, now we've seen this. I will not be surprised when tomorrow someone comes and gives out, let's say, kettle as empowerment to go and be making tea and be selling for people, although they carry it on their head. Like, I won't be shocked. So it's as though they don't have shame, they don't learn from other people or other lawmakers or even governors or whoever comes out to give out empowerment tools or things to people. So why is this repeated?
Because people don't question them.
They don't stand for what they want.
People do not even know what they want from this government. People see like anything goes. See, Nigeria has resulted to, we've gone to that extent whereby anything goes. If it's pen that they want to give us, for the fact that they are giving us this pen
for free.
Yes, it should be something that we should applaud them. It should be something that we glorify God that they did, because I mean we don't even expect it. So we don't question them. That is why these people think low of us.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's basically it.
But to be honest, we've already trashed the fact that this wheelbarrow does not have any significance for the youth or whoever they give that to. Now, I'm asking, should Nigerians now begin rejecting these sort of empowerments publicly? Like, I want to give you barrows. No, I'm not collecting.
Exactly. Because we are always accepting
they
this
know,
from
yes.
them. Yes, that is why they feel like they can come up with any useless tokenistic thing and then trash it at our face and we applaud them.
Yes.
Beautiful, he's working. You understand? That is why they keep on doing that. But the moment we realize that these people are not even helping us at all and being these people are supposed to be prioritizing education. They are not doing that. These
Yeah.
people are supposed to be prioritizing, improving people's lives, bettering people's life. They're not prioritizing that. So until we start rejecting that, they'll still be betraying. One day you'll see that, you see in the news that a certain senator, gave Nigerians bones. I
won't be surprised too.
Because we
honestly, no, Nigerians, even as much as the fact that we love that Nigerians they are very resilient people.
Okay.
They can adapt to any scenario or any situation easily. That is both a blessing and a curse, especially in situations like this. Like you rightfully said, until we as Nigerians start saying no to this very bad treatment, demeaning treatment, we will not see a way forward. But at the end of the day, still talking about demeaning treatment, the federal government has come to decriminalize attempted suicide. Now, this move by the federal government, do you see this as a progressive step, or is it a dangerous gamble?
I think I feel like the advantage part kind of outweighs the disadvantage, because a lot of people have this fear that if I try attempting suicide, that people will not really understand that I need help, that it's more like a cry for help. People might not understand that, so they will kind of hide back in their shell. They wouldn't even want to make it public or make people know that this is what I am going through. But when this happened, this when I saw this news headline, I felt, okay, this is actually it's actually nice, it's good to hear, because I mean other countries have actually abolished this punishing people for something they are supposed to be helping them out. It should be an outcry. It should be a situation whereby you get to listen to people, counsel them, tell them that, I mean, life has not ended. For the fact that you're going through a lot of hurdles and the rest of them, is not the end to life. But the problem I'm still having in this whole thing is the fact that Nigeria, they kind of take time. They are too slow when it comes to amending laws, because according to the criminal code of I think 237, which talks about people that attempt suicide, that they actually they are punishable by the law in I think that should be up to 1 year imprisonment or so. So it will actually take a lot of time for this to actualize. But if it is being actualized, I mean, I know that some cultural organizations or religious organizations will kick against it, to be as if you're legalizing suicide. But at the same time, if we think about the other way, people will feel more comfortable to share their pain. People will feel more comfortable to tell you, this is what I am going through.
So you don't think people will be more comfortable now to go ahead to commit suicide because they know there's nothing stopping them?
No, because if you say you're punishing somebody, it's more like somebody is going through a lot and you're still adding to that which the person is.
So you don't think that the 1 year in jail now, when someone wants to commit suicide, even if they have given up on themselves, they don't care what their family will say, they are like, okay, what if this doesn't work? There's still 1 year that I might serve in prison. Maybe I should rethink this. You don't think that them taking that out might now encourage people? Because if you remember, this sniper, right, that they normally use to commit suicide and mix mosquito repellent, right, they had to increase the price of that particular mosquito repellent and even stopped producing it in that small bottle size so that people will be discouraged from buying it. Now, with the government now taking away that same fear where you are thinking, if I try to commit this suicide and I don't succeed, I am going straight to jail. Do you get? You don't think that fear will now give people the go ahead to, even if I commit suicide and I die, no problem. If I don't commit suicide, nobody's going to hold me. Like, I just want to get your own perspective. Do you think so?
Like I said earlier, I feel otherwise. I feel like this should be an avenue for not just the person to speak up, you get. But for people around the person to equally, say that this is what this person is going through. But another problem that we're having here is that you're talking about abolishing it entirely. Are there systems that you're setting in place or you're putting in place to make sure that, this thing actually...
They said they would treat them like psychiatric patients.
Wait,
like
if you're treating them like... We don't have, in Nigeria, we know we don't have enough, centers to treat these people. We don't have enough doctors. Doctors are jabbing. You understand? We do not have... we don't have enough facilities to cater or care for these people. That's another thing that we need to put into context in this particular distance. So it's not really about abolishing it completely. It's about the plans you have ahead of that, if that should work out, you get. So, but I don't actually see it the way you see it. You see it differently the way I see it. I feel like it's an opportunity for people to, people to get to hear one another. Help people come out from that which they are going through. That's what I feel. That there's more to life than
you're right, but you said something like the fact that we don't have the capacity, we don't have the mental health institutions, doctors are not around, But now, do you see, let's say, NGOs now, for instance, and other health workers coming to fill this gap that exists?
Yes, if there's possibility of them filling the gap, then it should be a welcome development.
Right.
But I don't think the government should, rest on that or hold
just depend on that.
Yes, I think that the government should, try as much as possible to train more health workers, and not just that, security personnel on how to treat these people with compassion. Like I said earlier, that these people are going through a lot. For somebody to even think of committing suicide, you see that person is mentally challenged, that person needs help, so you need to treat that person with that compassion. Both the health care personnel and security operatives who are probably arresting them should actually have in mind that these people they are challenged, they need help, so they should be cared for, they should be shown more love.
All right, now the second to the last question before we wrap up. Do you think that this entire law now to decriminalize suicide is the government showing empathy or trying to distract Nigerians from more pressing issues?
Well, I feel like it is probably part of concern. Yeah, because the rate of suicide in Nigeria is actually quite alarming. You understand? So if this should actually be worked on, I think it should be a welcome development. But apart from that, I equally feel like there are other pressing issues that we are supposed to pay more attention to. We talk about this every single time when we sit down here. We talk about a lot of sectors that needs urgent attention. So it might be a possibility. There might be a possibility that this is they actually want to shift the attention of the public from the main focus. But apart from that, I still feel that this is them trying to show concern when it comes to people having that suicidal
Then we have no problem with that. Now, you also mentioned that we need to show these people compassion. But I just finally want to ask, we have the freedom to life and all of that. Do you think that even with this compassion, we need to find a balance between compassion and balancing responsibility, knowing that even though this is your life as a person, you can't just wake up and say you want to take your life. You don't have, it's not,
no,
do you understand what I'm saying?
See, people that, think about this, they have probably tried all areas or tried to explore all avenues to, stand steadfast on probably their faith, their hustle and the rest of them, but everything always falls crashing. So the only thing they could think about at that point is, what's the point of doing this whereby nothing is actually working? Why don't I just take my life and end it all and rest once and for all. You understand? This is a challenge. It's a psychological challenge. And like I said earlier, it's not something that somebody just wake up. If the person is in a better situation, if the person is, feeding well, if the person is, living up to standard, you understand, has a better, what is it called, environment, a more conducive environment, I don't think people will even be thinking or having such thoughts in the first place. But the fact that, everything, there is inflation, there is insecurity here and there, everything, everywhere in Nigeria is extremely tough. So why won't people think about this? But at the end of the day, I think we still need to realize that we, apart from God giving us life, we should decide how our life should, pan out. At the end of the day, we hold the decision to our happiness and our sadness. If you say you want to be sad, you will be sad. If you want to think about have suicidal thoughts, you will think about that. So I maybe people should actually find a balance between sometimes it's going to get tough, I will manage, I will come out of it. You understand?
Yes.
People could have that, sense of understanding.
Exactly.
That all these conditions are just temporary, that it will not last. Then I think that should be a way forward.
All right, beautifully said, Ifoma Oji. Thank you so much, and to our viewers, we thank you. And by any chance there's anyone listening or watching that is having suicidal thoughts for whatsoever reason, this is also just saying here at Active Citizens that it would be best for you to speak to somebody. There are still people in your life that would want to listen and genuinely love you and want to have you on this earth. So, like Ifoma rightfully said, it shouldn't be an option. It shouldn't even be, no matter what it is that you're going through, that should not be an option entirely. And we are sending you all the love, and just reach out to, even if it's a local clinic or a gathering of people or your religious gathering, and share it with somebody. Anyways, thank you again for doing this with us. Share your comments in the comment section. Follow us across all social media platforms at Active Citizens. If you're yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please endeavor to do so right away. Find me on my personal page at Sharon Inemchuku Ifoma.
You can find me on Facebook at Oji Sophia and on Instagram at Miselex.
All right, so until we see you this evening for Active Citizens Parliament, do have a good afternoon.